Welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good day of trading today. Today's Tuesday. Market was closed yesterday for the holiday, but did open up today. So we're going to take a look at our portfolio. Not a real good day today, but not too bad. We were mostly in the red most of the day. Started out the morning pretty decent, but then it kind of faded out towards the end of the day. So, we can't win them all. Last week was a really good week. This week starting out a little slow, so we're going to just have to try to pick it up next few days. Again, a short week, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. I did make a trade today. We'll talk about that later on as we look at the portfolio. So let's go ahead and jump over and look at our portfolio and see what's going on in the market today. All right, as you can see here is our portfolio. Pretty much red across the board except for maybe one. And top one here was Bitcoin. Bitcoin ended up in the red today, but you can see it actually had been green all day. Nice day most of the day, and then it kind of sold off towards the end of the day. Again, this one's trading the range between about, right now, really about 32 and 35. So that's what we can expect there. We have two stocks that are impacted by Bitcoin, HUT and MSTR. And so HUT was the only green one we had today. Let's go ahead and pull up the chart on that one. Take a look at that. Did close up 5%. Now the HUT 8 Mining Corporation here has been picking up the last few days, last month or so, because China mines for Bitcoin have been shutting down. China government's doing that, so that's good news for all other miners, and this one has been doing well. You can see today's range, it got up to 559, so it closed pretty close to where it got up to today. But let's go ahead and take a look at that 5-day. You can see there, nice little run for the last 5 days, all the way from a low of around here. Let's see, 385 all the way up to 545. So that's very good. Very good gain. The volume today also nice volume. You can see here almost 6 times normal volume, or maybe a little bit less, but that people are getting interested in the miners because of what's going on there. What's supposed to be happening here is because the miners are shutting down in China, it's making this easier to mine Bitcoin. Because there's less miners, so that's a plus for the miners. So that's why you're seeing a movement in that HUT 8. So, but we are focused on the stocks and not so much Bitcoin. But these are Bitcoin related stocks, and it's a way to play Bitcoin if you don't have a means to buy it any other way. So we do have some of that going on right now in our portfolio. I also own Bitcoin, actual Bitcoin, and another one called Ethereum. But there's your green one for the day. MSTR also was green for a good portion of the morning. Nice little move up this morning, and then it sold off towards the end of the day as the Bitcoin pulled back. So did this one. But not a bad one right here. It's been on a pretty good little run. The last month or so. Let's take a look at that. You see the last month, pretty good little pickup there. The last 5 days, not so much. So probably not a bad idea to maybe start picking some of that up, because if Bitcoin goes up, that one's probably going to go up as well. But it was more NASDAQ related today, because when the NASDAQ was up pretty good, this one actually was doing pretty good. And then you can see it did scrape out a little green here, but our MSTR never did come back because both the NASDAQ was down and Bitcoin had pulled back. So once you get those two combinations, this one's not going to do much. HUT Mining's managed to stay green because just the news around the miners. All right, NVAX is our next one on the list. NVAX, a little bit of green today, not much, just at the very beginning you see here. And then we were red pretty much all day in the same area. Nothing major, hanging around that 215. It did not hold the 217 level. That's kind of what I was hoping it would do, but it did not hold the 217. So we'll have to watch this one close. There was some news they are going to have their earnings call on August the 5th. So that will be the next probably catalyst of some sort if it's good, but we'll see. Not much to talk about there other than it was just a so-so day for it. We'll take a look at the chart real quick. And you can see in the morning it was up, and then it just kind of fell down to here. Really recovered, just stayed in that level there. Did not hold that 217. That's kind of where I was hoping it would hold. And you can see this is about the line here, and it was below that pretty much the rest of the day. Not what I wanted to see. The volume started out pretty good on it, and then it ended up closing on low volume. So I think, again, this is probably somewhat related to the NASDAQ levels, more so than anything going on with Novavax, other than lack of news. News is what drives this one. Tilray is down for the day. A little bit of green a couple times today, but other than that, it was down and just stayed down pretty much the whole day. See, right in here green and right in here to green, but it did end up red for the day. Looks like we had a little bit of volume pick up towards the end of the day here if you look down here. So somebody was buying that dip right at the end of the day. But the volume's only half of normal volume, so not much going on there. Takes a lot of volume to get this one moving. Nikola was up for a while and was helping the portfolio a good bit, and then it pulled back as well. And so that didn't help us at all. It went down before the day was over with, but not bad. Flat day, pretty much. Only down a nickel, so not a terrible day for it. Not bad at all. All right, so let's take a look at. Here we go. So the looks like Bitcoin is turning green now. Bitcoin trades all day, every day, so you'll see that change all through the hours of the night. But slow start to the week. Would like to see a good start on Tuesday or Mondays. This is Tuesday of this week, but I'd like to see a good start to the day. But this one we had a little bit of pullback, nothing major after last week's good week, so we're not going to worry about it. The trade we made today was on the MSTR. Let's pull that back up. MSTR, if you take a look here at MSTR, we did buy some today a couple of times on the dips. I think we bought some at 36, 636, and then 635.79 or something like that. But just right around in this area here, I think is when we bought. But just bought that in the cash account. Was not trying to do a whole lot with that, just adding to the number that I had. I had sold some of that Novavax last week in the cash account, had a little bit of cash sitting on the sideline, and wanted to start putting it back to work. Still have a little bit in the cash account that I could buy some more if it dips again tomorrow. And we're probably going to do that instead of putting it back into Novavax, unless Novavax has a really good dip, and then we might just put it right back into Novavax. But I wanted to kind of even up. You know, I was all in on Novavax in the cash account, and I wanted to kind of start putting some of that money over into something else to kind of spread it out just a little bit. MSTR is a good one as it dips that I thought might be a good one to put in. We're not green on that one, but we are close to green. And also Novavax, we're way up on Novavax in cash count, so we're not worried about that one right now. But do want to spread that money around a little bit. Didn't want to leave it in cash. It's just it doesn't make any money when it's in cash. But we cash some of that out because we need to do something with some of it. But we're gonna try to put some more of it back to work now that it's cashed out. So other than that, not probably going to do a whole lot with the IRAs even, other than try to park money on the sideline. So any opportunity we get to do that, we'll probably be doing that. we're going to watch that Novavax real quick, real close. I mean, that that has a tendency to pull back with no news, and next thing you know, we'll be under 200 again. So I want to be careful with that. We may go ahead and cash out if we get a good day with that at some point, because I'd rather go ahead and cash out and miss the run than take a ride back down, especially in those IRAs. I don't like to do that. I like to make that money, and we are up decent on those as well. So not quite 6, I don't think 6%, but maybe close. So if we have a good little pop in it tomorrow or something, we may actually sell some of that. Was trying to hold out for the 240, but since the earnings call is not for a month, we're probably not going to hear anything else newsworthy between now and then. It's possible they might get some kind of news out about an application for approval rather than the approval itself, and so that might get you a little jump in the day. But my concern is that it starts pulling back prior to the earnings call, and maybe a week before start ticking up prior to that earnings call. But that's a whole month off, so a lot can happen in 3 weeks with Novavax. We've seen that before. Rather go ahead and take some money off the table in the IRAs. So we'll watch for that. We're not sure we're going to do that yet. We'll just see how good the day goes tomorrow, and we'll think about it then. Okay, not in a hurry to do anything really either way. I don't have to where we're sitting, so that's a good position to be. All right. Well, I hope you had a good day of trading today, better than I did. But we'll check back in with you at the end of the week. Hopefully, we'll make some good trades in between, or at least pocket some money for this week. And other than that, have a great day. Thanks for subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking this button right here if you have not done that already. And we'll check with you Friday afternoon sometime. All right. Thank you. Have a great week.